Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
How is it possible to be my person but not be the one? When all else falls in alignment except when two become one, sharing times of deep conversations or just shooting a breeze. Sitting by the fireplace, cuddled up against winter's freeze. We played a game, and it was my turn. And what he asked next made the back of my neck burn. He asked if you could change or add one thing to we, what and why would it be? Nothing was my response. I wouldn't change a thing. Girl, come on. No judgment. What would you add then? Because there has to be something. Okay. I would trust you with my curiosities. I would tell you to save the love making and ravage me with ferocity. I mean, at least sometime. Every now and again. He took a deep breath, exhaled slowly. Well, when and how would that begin? I don't know. I don't know. Girl, yes you do. You know what you want, or at least what you need, and I vow to be your protector, but on this, you gonna have to take the lead. I don't believe my ears, so forward I press. Sometimes I need a little less tenderness. And I don't know why or where it comes from, but a swat on the ass and a bit of hair pulling are things that I can come from. His eyes close as he considers my words. I guess. You know what? I decided not to even contest. Don't even worry about it. It was just a question from the game. It's your turn. I pull a card and we proceed the same. Days and weeks lapse in our normal routine, so far from the conversation, like it was a dream until a night of passion found me on my back. His rhythmic thrust incited me to get what I lacked. After all, he said I'll have to take the lead, so I leaned my head over the side of the bed, exposing my throat as the impact of his strokes caused my rainbow tresses to cascade in ripples. And the cool air makes peaks of my chocolate nipples. See, he's intrigued, but he keeps pace, as love making with us is never a race. And he fights the urge to pull me back up. Instead, I place his left hand between my double D cups to let him choose his path at this fork in the road, letting my head fall back, neck tight, less air in, and soon I explode. In time with his nimble kneading, seemingly knowing just what I'm needing as he slides in deeper, realizing a new level is unlocked. Pure carnal response increases his speed, and frankly, I think he's shell shocked. See, I see the battle of man versus beast behind his eyes right before I'm turned over and re-entered to my surprise. His hand full of my hair and my hands hold me up from the floor, and through gritted teeth, he asked me, is this what you were asking for? My body replies with another orgasm, with legs and arms shaking. He fully impales my chasm. His hands, now on the floor beside mine, balance his weight as his thrust slow to a torturous grind. I told you, if this is what you need, I will. And though I don't understand it, I love you still. Quickening the pace again, we climax in unison, just as his bite lands on the curve of my neck and I'm pulled back up on the bed in spoon position before I can object. How do you return a soul that was willingly given back to the love that by love was driven to give you the best of them, to feed the worst of you, to free the best of you, which released the beast in them that they never even knew existed? How does that beats?
Black don't crack. I'm lilac the way my seed takes bloom. Like when I walk into a room, you can tell my black been blessed since the womb, baby. I'm a present. And this presence oozes beauty, so I feel it's my beauty to show you that black don't crack if you don't smoke it. But that's also why we stay piped up, showing you that it takes more than 4/4 to break a buck, though many try. They act like history hasn't showed them that black don't crack if you don't smoke it. She's supposed to sit high. So when you pipe her, be careful how you break her down, because you can quickly go from having a whole bomb to being left with bits and crumbs, crumbling our royal bloodlines. You picked her because she fine, but then you up and smoke, leaving your seed behind to fester and toxic. Oh, wee, baby, she bopped it. Pop that Uchi on a handstand. You see, this woman pulled you into her locust flower only to devour your soul. But truth be told, she was thinking about some good. And you was thinking about y'all future. And so when her body was calling and your phone got hit, you thought that the prize you would eventually get, leaving you entangled in some toxic shit. But remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. Choke it, beat it down with your words of choice. You see, everyone should have a voice, but if the source is a derivative of hate disguised as love, subjecting the next because you grew up thinking that's how love's supposed to act. You see, they cracked that black way back, smoked it up in flames, leaving it the world to tarnish its in soot. Lessons aren't learned by throwing us the book or letting officers that kill us go without a second look. Remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. Provoke it, leaving our heritage cracked. Families no longer intact since that first whip crack. Y'all been trying to break a strong back. I mean, black, that code isn't that easy to crack, but it does leave a wrinkle in the design from generations way back. But remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. And that's my piece.
It's something familiar. Similar tones of speech. Subliminal moans, blood spilling in the street. Criminal programming, villainous technique. Vague tendencies revealing magnificence peak. Vociferous silence haunt a shiver in peace. Delivering grief and pieces of glimmering grease. Glitter and grind, sparkling pieces of each. Time and soul intertwined between concrete and beach. Topsoil and pavement, tussle and toil and raisement. Either hustle for the joy or the love of enslavement. No particular motivation, just secular speculation. Reckless abandonment in the quest for self-salvation. Frustrated elation, gas with no ventilation. Patches of the past passed down by population. This is a proclamation for preservations of patience. Realization of hatred in every explanation. Forever imitated by each generation, inundated, yet liberated by foundations of godlike transformations. Annihilation of the devil's manifestation. Formation of the truth still lost to translation. Determination needs no interpretation of speech, only actions, reactions, deliberations of peace.
Uncultured goes deeper than what you may hear. To be uncultured does not mean I'm not cultured. Simply put, at birth, I was robbed of my identity. Robbed at the chance to know my roots, the roots that may have branched out to bigger gardens and pastures that may have enriched my spirits. See, I was robbed. I was forced into a family that didn't look like me, that didn't look like me, that didn't breathe like me, that didn't move like me. That wasn't me. See, I was robbed. I became this being always searching and searching for something, not knowing what existed, searching and searching, not knowing what I was going to find. What the hell was I looking for? Whatever it was, it definitely wasn't around me. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't hear it. I couldn't smell it. But let me tell you, I could feel it. I knew deep down inside of me, there was something that moved me, soothed me, comforted me when I needed comfort in me, healing when I needed healing, loved me when I needed loving, guided me when I needed guiding, motivated me when I needed motivating. But see, I was still robbed. See, I wasn't white enough to be Caucasian. I wasn't Asian enough to be Chinese. I wasn't Native enough to be indigenous. I was just left to be me, the only one of my race, but surrounded by those culturally insiders. I didn't belong. And even though these cultures ran through my veins, it wasn't me. But I finally found was in my search, I found me. I adapted who I was. I culturalized myself. I took myself at the very idea of being molded to fit into anyone's version of culturalism. I became uncultured in my own rights. I allowed myself the freedom to culturalize myself based off my own values and morals, beliefs. I became the uncultured Asian.
Music Soul Child said, "Girl, teach me." But Jesus, I need you to specifically teach me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my all. Yes, my strengths and flaws to you. May you use me in a way that supports your gospel and cause. Because I remember what it felt like to feel so lost. And you saved a wrench like me. Yes, you paid the cost. So that one day we could meet in heaven. But for now, I must complete your will. Yes, the one you had for me. I used to live a life searching for identity in the wrong places, like careers and degrees, trying to be INDEP, well, you know the rest, but was faced with changes that tested the fickleness that comes with fitting me in boxes that had no business holding me so tightly in. Then I met this word called Christian and wondered if it was a presentation or religion. But then I met God myself, and a true relationship was way different than my imagination could ever understand. You're telling me I didn't get banned? I was not perfect, yet you still had your hand on me. He showed me that I was lost in life until I find my identity in the creator who created me. I could finally explain to him how people would treat me differently for the very things he put inside me. I asked him so many things like, why did my dreams come true? Many days I wondered, could this be a delusion? But the conclusion was that it was you all along speaking to me, waiting for me to choose this beautiful life with you.
Boo. Another poetry clip. I see them. They kind of look weak to me, though. They on the low. That's the shit that be making poetry sick. I be quiet. They be wanting me to march. Like, we shall overcome. I be like, how? When half you niggas is still numb, still looking for saviors like we ain't it. Hold up. Y'all don't see? We the ones gonna make freedom come. Like black power. Why? And with them niggas, trying to change is what they say. Her name, like all the black people that study getting slain. I mean, people yelling, something must be done. The shit is kind of crazy. All those people cruel, but it's okay to color class black people, super disrespectful, kids watching kids, and that same energy is what makes up our schools. I'm like, what? Nah, all of that shit is sickening. Children pushing way more love than the elders, still drowning in our past pain. Why your mama still bickering? Like outcast each other more than they outcast each other. Sexual preference or the choice in our profession, like you can't outlast each other. We still listening, or they still whispering, hating on black because it's cool to do. Niggas is not paying attention then. I mean, it's marches and 1,000 songs and poems about the pain that's going on. But all I see is color people blocking color people in real life, wondering why those real colors are never being drawn. I mean, we literally put more energy into competing than the starving homeless people that I see on the streets not eating. Gatekeepers keeping so long, I see the foundation under their knees. Yo, look at them. They older than my grandma's. They always weaken, and inside they frown. The pain, I get mad, it be shady, looking like, damn, what did I have? It be old. I mix it up, accept it, lace my shoes up like, y'all don't know? I clearly don't give a fuck. I've been coming and they see me. Like, did they share my pain? No, it is all numbing, and I am not going to restart again. Like, I'm black, you black, and I don't even care how until we change some shit. I ain't even listening to y'all no more. I'm just spitting what I think about. Do they care now? But until they change, it be the still facts that we still trapped. I can't fight a world war when it's looking hella civilish right here where I'm at.
Somewhere among the dichotomy between telepathy and psychology, I can read most people. Whether words be vague or hard opaque, it's the essence I can see through. Real recognize real, iron sharpens iron. I'm saying I know when I've met my equal. And I choose to move based on what your actions prove about the spirit that's within you. But they think kindness is weakness and hope naivete. Every single person I know takes advantage in some way when they see good intentions on display, like a neon sign flashing, she's the one to play. I assure you that's not the case. Again, let me reassure you that's definitely not the case, and at this point you've exhausted my grace, so good luck with the replace. I never get fooled 2 times. Even if the lesson takes me time to apply, I always get wise. And how the fuck you think you win and fumble in the prize? Respectfully, you do not want to see me unkind. A list of things to keep in mind. I am not the folding kind. I am original design. I was born with unbreakable spine. I'm raw sugar, unrefined. I am bred of hustle and grind. I am unwilling to waste my time. If I were bored and so inclined, I could steal your soul with just one line. I'm a breathing epiphany, unconfined. You could never stop my shine. I am not the folding kind. I wish you well as I remind. I am not the folding kind. You play me, you play yourself. You'll just get left behind.
Slow the drive-by down. Slow the drive-by down. Because we want to hear what you're saying, what you're saying. Don't run that thing back, man. I couldn't find the flyer, so I had to come be my own damn flyer. Let's
Chalk it up. And a happy new year after year. We expect the expected. We like to carousel around with the sodomy of our economy, with highway grocery store and gas prices, pocket robberies. It's almost like you got to starve to eat. We got cold-blooded covered corner sheets covering innocent fathers, brothers, sisters, and mothers. Morale and compassion been traded in for fast cash and ass, and the magic we used to see in one another seems like a fairy tale to mere mortals. We got missions and babies being equally aborted due to the unglued piece of the bigger picture. You see, we're supposed to be wiser yet weaker, but I see no substantial evidence that we're any better than we were or have ever been since then. And nothing ever makes sense. Like how I be stacking my dollars together and still come up short a few cents. I think that's why I'm spent. But I promise you, before I choke, baby, I'ma go for broke.
exclusive rights.
Yo, we in one tonight, King. Yo, you gonna have to leave and come back because I see you unmuted, but it ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. So leave and come on back in here. We're gonna definitely get you when the round start up. Let's go.
Oh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch.
Yeah, man. Turn up, turn up. Welcome back to another week of Uncut Dopeness. Man, this week, man, Ruckus Poetry Crew is taking over the house. I hope y'all had an amazing day, but even if y'all didn't, you know we about to change the vibrations, baby. Welcome to the corner, baby. And based on that feedback, we about to be extra lit tonight. That was a little extra tonight, y'all. We was a go, and then we was a but guess what? They came through firing that thing up, and I loved it, man. If y'all new to the show, welcome to the dopest vibe I ever had the pleasure of being a part of. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we lit. And if you P.P.C, thank y'all for always tapping in like the best group on Facebook did with another amazing vote. This week, man, the People's Champ was Southern Soul with that rewind. And y'all know she always on the P.P.C corner because she on part of that thing. She always in the background, baby, hitting, clicking, and clacking. So y'all know it was dope to have her to actually win the rewind this week. And for our spotlight, man, y'all seen Devlin just tear that thing up. It was sexy like. And if y'all missed last week, I'm wondering what y'all waiting for, man. Tap in. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and get this show started tonight. My first guest is an author and illustrator of Writing on Faith, Saved by Grace, the Art of Faith devotional coloring book, y'all. On December 31st, 2021, she asked God in her prayers to be the center of her creative projects. Little did she know her prayers was going to change her life forever. Her art and poetry reflects God's supernatural hand in her life. Her poetry are the written testimonies that reflect God's answer to her prayers. Her art and the rest of her life is a dedication to showing His glory with the world. No different. Tonight, we about to make this thing light up. Tonight, man, y'all help me welcome Katrina Long.
Hello, everyone.
Yo, Queen, how you feeling tonight?
Good. Really good. Thank you for having me.
Yo, man, thank you for being on the block. For real, for real. It's your first time coming on, so I appreciate you coming and spreading your inspiration with us, too. Because I tell people the corner ain't nothing. We don't do nothing but have church on the corner. That's all we do. Good conversation. Good poetry ain't nothing but church. So, you know, we get to talk about it. So, coloring book. What made you decide to do a coloring book? I think that's dope.
So ever since I was in kindergarten, I loved to draw. It was one of my very first loves before I met God. And over time, God was starting to give me poetry. And along with poetry, in my quiet time with him, he started just giving me downloads of ideas of different things to draw for a coloring book. So they were all scripture based. And I just would like jot it down in my notepad and then just bringing the vision to life. So I just thank him for giving me the ideas.
Yo, that's dope, for real, for real. So where can the people find the coloring book? I mean, because even if you're not a poet, you got kids that like to color. I love to color. At the age I am now, I love to sit and just get my crayons out and pick the best colors and stuff like that. Love you, good friend. I see you. And so where can the people find the coloring book?
So it's on Amazon. You can also find it through my social media. My Instagram is Piece of Katrina, P-E-A-C-E of Katrina, and it's the link in my bio.
Yo, we're going to make sure that we have her to put that in the P.P.C group, and we also going to try to tag it in down here so y'all can find it, because y'all know we cut the middleman out. We don't need no help for who? For what? When she just said you can go straight to the source. And that's what we like to tap into, the source, baby. So we with that. So how much is the book? Because I usually ask, are they corner prices? But since it's a coloring book, I know it's a corner price. But just give people a gist of about how much it is.
So it's $25. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. I promise.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't see my eyes when she said it. She was like $125. I was like, hold on, but it's still a corner price, y'all. It's still a corner price. And guess what? You get to read and you get to actually color in whatever you read, whatever mood you feeling from the words that you picked up. You get to pick up the colors and make it reflect on the page, y'all. That's pretty dopeness right there. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in with the queen for real, for real. What's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
Okay. So the first one, this was written December 28th, 2024.
Right.
So back then, I never knew.
What's the name of it? Hold on, let me leave. I love to be up here with you and share the spotlight and all, but you deserve that all to yourself. Okay. So what's the name of the piece?
So it doesn't have a name.
Okay, there it is. Well, the piece doesn't have a name and it was written December 21st. Let's go.
Okay. So back then, I never knew that I could be fully seen by you. I once thought that I wasn't even good enough to pray to you. I thought that because you do so much for me that I wouldn't dare be a burden to you. God, you didn't allow me to hide the things that I could easily disguise or pass by people who may have not even seen what was lying underneath the floorboards that don't always reach the surface. But deep down, you saw me back when my heart was churning, yearning for a love that didn't take deserving it. I needed someone to love those imperfect pieces of me that weren't in the forefront of the representative I was once presenting. You weren't afraid of my flaws. You simply cared when I was hurting. I guess I never knew I could handle being fully discovered. It was so normal for me to be keeping people wondering, but God, you know the real me, the girl who is still learning with the curiosity of miles, that had to learn to be used under unforeseen circumstances when I used to think that I would never meet you one-on-one personally. I grew up thinking the Bible was seen as an encyclopedia that you only reach for here and there. The moment you showed me you were real, I was utterly shocked that I was living a life down here like this. Like, it was ghetto. How could I ever thought I could live this life with no advice from you, the best creator? And no, this is no skit like theater. You were the one that bared all my sins on the cross, that died so that I could live. How could this happen and at a time in my life even go unnoticed? Like, I need to speak to the manager because nobody ever told me that you had a specific plan for each and every one of us. But now that I know, oh, I will shout it to the rooftops in every room I go into because people just got to know about my best friend. You've been there for me ever since existence existed. And I just thank you for always being so perfect and loving me even when I wasn't. I'm still not, but still I live each day, becoming way more in love with you. Poem.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man.
Yo, she definitely kept it a buck in that piece right there. And Shim, watch your mouth tonight, man. You heard what she was talking about over here. Y'all know Shim be on some crazy, man. I want to see if Creative Minds actually Mike came up yet before I really do his introduction. So y'all know, you know how he is on the corner, man. I got to see what I see when I see. I'm about to try to bring him up here before I do his joint and see if he up. Yo, King, unmutate first. Let's see that. Say something. Nah. All right. So did you leave and come back? Because I'm giving you directions in the side chat. You know, this is the corner, so we keep it real. I was giving you directions in the side chat, telling you to leave and come back because you was next. But you probably didn't see that. So do me a favor, leave and come back, and then I'm gonna come back around to you again. We just coming around. And we done brought him back twice on this thing. Let's see what we can get going around this block, boy. Let's go. All right, man, y'all already know we got to switch it up a little bit, man. My next queen already told me she had mama crib. So, you know, we got to keep it copacetic around here. My next queen is a poet from Virginia who can best be described as a fire-breathing butterfly, a nickname given to her by a friend. She uses her story to convey a powerful message and the importance of being true to oneself. as a mother, a Black woman, a human being, and as a fitness and mental health advocate, she uses her skills as a way to help people make connections and embrace authenticity. She is the co-host of Rap is Poetry, Open Mic held bi-weekly in Virginia, baby. And hosts continue to grow the platform to provide a safe place for others to be themselves. And tonight, y'all can help me welcome the co-hostess with the mostest onto the corner, baby. Brown paper. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hey, what? How you feeling?
How you? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling great. How are
That's
you?
right. Oh, hey, you already know that's a Chrissy Teigen song if you didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure you did. That's amazing. So let's talk about it. Like in finding your calling with doing fitness and actually being a mental health advocate, how did you know that you could combine the two to actually help the community?
Rap is Poetry has been a major source of melding together all of the fragmented selves that didn't really make sense. I stumbled into fitness as a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I became more committed to it once I stopped drinking. Obviously, that journey alone will have you start watching your thoughts, looking for avenues to make sure that you're using creative expression, to keep from suppressing.
That
Next
part.
thing you know, you're a poet, and then you realize that there's a whole kind of subset of people just like you, and the more that you emit that light, the more you find your people. So here I am, and I found that to be, I like to say, mental fortitude. Yeah.
I love that. She found her pack, y'all. And I just love how she just slick bigged them up. I asked her about her, but she bigged them up on how they have helped big her up. Man, what's the first piece you're giving us tonight, Queen? Reach one, teach one. I love it.
It's gonna be now my voice. I think you mentioned that your voice, someone, I think it was Mystic potentially, that their voice was going out a bit. So I'm kind of in that spot. You guys
All
make
right.
sure we do our hand washing, hot
That
lemon
part.
water every morning. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Elderberry.
I'm
Elderberry. Don't forget your elderberry, y'all. Elderberry.
elderberry and ginger. But yeah, so I'm gonna do my piece called Just for Me. And it was written for a women's black hair event on Clubhouse called Tenderheaded.
Hey man, I was
Okay.
just gonna say that, just for me. Everybody
That's what it
already
is.
knows. So let me go ahead and get up out of here so she can do that big baby. I see
One
you,
day I will
baby.
do one on Lust and Pink Oil. Okay. Just for me. Them European beauty standards wasn't just for me, but it felt like it, and I didn't fit in. Curly hair always betraying the true African bloodline within. And while my mama always led with, we blacker than our skin. There's back doors your granddaddy had to go through for me to proudly step in. The front. It was a front. And I was raised to be militant. Never let them white people tell you shit, but truly wearing black pride does not mean saying things like, make sure you pinch that baby's nose to keep it from getting too wide. It's always been a form of apartheid, a separation she couldn't see while still inside, a caste system she fed with a delusional pride, but it wasn't just for her. It was for everybody. And my sisters standing beside me. And my cousin Rika, who later described to me nobody believed we were blood. And I replayed the look on her face each time somebody complimented me on how not black I was. And by default, called her hair rough. Made her feel not enough. Took her years to learn her curl pattern, and through that, self-love. I walked a parallel path. The irony of my sister literally ironing my hair would almost make me laugh if it wasn't so sad. And the crazy part is, it would never last. One step outside was looking like buckwheat in the front, Beyonce in the back. And I hated that. Always said, you talk white. You think you cute. You think that you can pass. My response was always curly hair, don't care, kiss my ass. But I couldn't shake the feeling, the shadow they cast. Look at the blame they gave me. To understand the shame that plagued me and the way I had to learn that people would hate me, berate me, damn near excommunicate me, all because they couldn't relate to me. And I learned I had earned it for being birthed with something closer to what white people said was worth it. That represents its own burden. But I know that's not just for me. If there's a spectrum and I'm in the middle, I can only imagine what the farther side would mean, what the darker side would mean. Coarser hair always showing, no room to hide in ethnic ambiguity. I know that's why they're wary of me. And so I move with humility for my daughter with the truth in her poof that shows our ancestry. That's Black pride to me. Maybe that's what justice means. Righting those wrongs through history, starting with my family. And I hope that's not just for me. Tenderheaded.
Bow, 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 bow. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah.
That's why I locked mine up, baby, because it was curly too. So I just went on and put some locks in it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and bring this king back on around. Y'all know I'm going to try it for the one time again before I do his intro. Yo, I don't want to intro him if he ain't coming out. You know what I mean? I'm happy on the trigger finger. You're.
Like y'all hear me now?
Oh man, it's so good to hear your voice. All right, let me go ahead and bring you down and do this. And hold on, fumble over this thing. Let's go. All right, man. We ready. Y'all seen them up there. My next king is the epitome of creativity. He began drawing as a young 5-year-old. In his teen years, he began painting and experimenting with most mediums such as charcoals, oil pastries, water-based, and many more. When he was 14, he was featured in his first art gallery where he sold his first piece. In his late 30s, he began his poetry journey by performing at open mics at the DMV area events. He made a name for himself by wearing unique socks on stage with his performance, bringing poetry and socks to fruition. He has gone on to perform at countless events citywide. His collection of poetry produced his first published book, Love Shenanigans. So let me add author to his belt. Y'all, let's go with creative mind. Okay.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings.
Yeah, I know I can hear you now. I know I can hear you now. So let's talk about the book, Love Shenanigans. How long ago did you write it? Where can the people find it? And is it corner prices?
All right, yeah. Love Shenanigans was created, and I mean it took forever to write it, but I published it 2022. Yeah, you can find it on Amazon, or get it directly from me.
That's what I be waiting to hear right now. The direct. We be needing the direct. So everybody who has a book this week, they didn't follow directions, y'all, because on P.P.C. we like to big them up. So what do? We show all their books. Ain't nobody send me no books. So with that being said, we're gonna have them to put it in the group so that y'all can find it just in case y'all don't tap in tonight. Can you please tell them where to find you at again, just for the one time though?
On Amazon, Creative Minds, or follow me, Creative Minds Instagram, and get it direct. It's $25. I'm coming out with the second part of it by this September on my birthday. So yeah, it's gonna be Love Shenanigans too, Solitude. So it
Hey man, so y'all already know what that means. Y'all know that before his birthday come up, you gotta get one so that when 2 drop, you'll know what's going on, what's going on. Don't think that when people write sequels, it's for a reason. Or else he would have just came out with a whole nother book. He said part 2. So that means, and he might have left you dangling, hangling, anything in one, because it's full of shenanigans. I'm telling you. He said it's got shenanigans in it. So it's not telling what's over there. So make sure y'all tap in with 1 before 2 come out so that y'all can support the king. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight, King?
Um, it's I don't label none of my stuff, but you know, it's the first couple things is dealing with freedom.
Okay, I got a question. Okay, now it's dealing with freedom, so it ain't in the book. In case she was trying to get free from love, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me go. Freedom. See, I can get free.
All right, dealing with this thing called freedom, like it's a new invention never heard of before. That the white man's passing it off to us as free turkey on Thanksgiving dinner, pumped with additive of mind control. And while we stand in long lines as new Jordans are being re-released, they only giving us the opportunity to trample on one another, to see who has what it takes to be first in line to be branded by master livestock. And I know what you might be thinking. Michael Jordan, a black man that owns this, but don't get it twisted, you see. They only offer us what they want us to have. Sell your soul and we grant you a piece of our community. And as we have images of our people being beaten on grand oak trees, stomped on by the boot we spend our money on, hung by the noose of the boot strings on that timbling tree. You see, we've been deceived, bamboozled, stripped of those electoral votes, thrown off in neighborhoods, chained off by districts, gathered like cattle, Mr. Law Enforcer, Mr. Cattle Herder, itching to shoot, slaughter, to sell, to incarcerate. Shooting over traffic violation while not of color, carrying automatics in streets, and 911 is a joke in your town as police are being called over shootings between inner city drug committees, while local riots starts and die off and time elapse. And meantime, we are being brainwashed by American TV. It's just gluttony. That's the darndest thing. You see, we still dealing with this thing called freedom, frying our brain with radiation, diagnosed with illness by controlling drugs and food we consume. They say we are what we eat. So who are you? Are you being fed off the carcass this president is telling you? So I asked you again, are we really free? Are we just living in a new age of slavery? Wake to sleep, or sleep to wake? But I know me, I choose to be free.
Ooh-wee, boy, you can't get no real power without the outlet. Thank you for being a source.
Yo, y'all already know it's getting powerful in this thing tonight. And my next poet that's coming up, ain't gonna do nothing but make the ball go up, baby. My next guest is a poet and rapper from North Virginia. Writing since 13 years old, he has 2 albums from recent times. He has performed all over the DC area at Black Social Club in Richmond, Black Cherry, what's that, Puppet Theater in Baltimore, and competing in the Winter's Den Poetry Slam in Richmond. His work is inspired by his faith and political ideologies, his personal relationship, and his lifelong love for hip-hop. Getting stumbled up on the words here. He is an artist who hopes to inspire, and he has been inspired by the art that is around here and continues to use his voice to create art that resonates with others, seeking to leave a long-lasting impact through his raw honesty and dedication to his craft. But tonight, y'all already know, tonight, y'all about to see great. What up?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What you got going?
What I got going?
Yeah, you on the corner, man.
What's up? Yeah, no, I'm just doing poetry, doing rapping, working on music, working on new stuff.
So how does it feel to actually, because me and Artie kind of had this conversation. I love how he puts rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it is. Rap and poetry is the same to me. Poetry ain't nothing but rap without music, right? But how did you take and blend the two so that you can still find the separation of when you're spitting your poetry and when you spitting your raps?
I mean, when I'm doing poetry, I'm more or less just rapping, but it doesn't have to fit to a perfect rhythm when it's a poem. I can go off on tangents. I can do what I like, so I don't have to be perfectly on time. Just be free.
That part. So the 2 albums, where can the people find the albums, man? I want to go, listen in too.
My most recent album is on all streaming services. It's called Gravy, The Hidden Element. It's also on Bandcamp. It's like $5 on Bandcamp if you want to own it. And I have a free one on there too. It's gravy23.bandcamp.com.
Man, you want to own it. You heard him, it ain't but $5. You can't even buy a nick out here these days, man. Go get the album, fool, and have something good to bump while you riding, man. You can't go wrong with that. So what's the first piece you giving us tonight?
This doesn't have a name. I wrote this after being in the poetry community for 7, 8, and although I write from a lot of first-person viewpoint, it's really a reflection on all the artists around me and just being a part of the scene.
I love that. Reach one, teach one. I'm out.
It's all surface. So is it worth it? Is it rise above, or is it just shallow when it circles? Not taking the time to reflect anymore. I mean, yeah, I stepped through the door. Why so long I slept for? I guess because I've come to expect more. Respect is a reflection, but best when it comes with interjections. Blessed with an honest reaction, even if it's less than what you give to the people in the intersection. What combines, reminds, and winds down from the lines that intertwine, it's all by design. But I find at times I'm blind, just spitting words, forbidden verses, calling out herbs with a dialect that intersperses. What's worse is when it feels worthless. My mind is mine, but I lack the attention span to work it. I mean, I can murk them when I immerse in the vocab of punchlines, but I get drunk off the ones who utter truth in just one line or two, reminding you what aligns with the spine to the cerebellum. Since we're here, let's let the spirit tell them. Like the very last poets who spoke of those who fear rebellion, when it's clear that you can hear beyond what the snakes can sell them. We toil for the oil upon this soil that grows from the antebellum. The venom that's in them and spews through the dues you lend them. I mean, a poet reveals what's in them. Shine a light on what's told before we dim them. And the theater unfolds through a sentence, but don't blow the ending. For myself, I feel pretension, apprehensive, because my vocab is such that it's pensive, but is it enough to dull the senses and put meaning beyond what droves between those white picket fences? The people come in droves for the throes of passion and active with what plays out, if you say so. When the day's out and the nights come for the lay low, and the naysayers stay slow, because they don't go where we go and break down the ego. Hope from my amigos that it's me smoke, that he say, she say, that's beast spoke. Sashay past the fashion that we broke the yoke of to take a poke at. A golden crown spun into fibers like the Pope's hat. A jab at opulence and attempt to topple what can grab the populace and cause people to pick up the pieces as they get it popping. It's really not an option, more like a topping. Tossing a piece of the pie we all reach for, but dropping crumbs on each floor, expected to be swept and mopped by the janitor. They say we can clean up if we forget what we stand for. I promise I didn't really mean it. While the surface of the earth moves towards Venus, some chick talk about what she do to the penis, and I should probably be lenient, because I myself try to sell sex as a convenience. What's next, even the meanest couldn't mean it if it demeans. While I listen to Soul Glow and Redeem, I guess coming to America was a soulless dream. And for every single thread you sew when it grows from the seam, the silkworm that flows for the satin, but the milk turns. You can master what's on the track marks, a junkie for the hard mark. I try to stand tall, but it's all starts. I can't finish it now. Someone called a minister to pin this penmanship down. I thought it was the watership in which the sentences drown. Words that ought to slip, caught on the strip, comically, yet ironically, where we live though, because it's iconic, but it's Skid Row. So we're on the corners asking, can I get though? When I'm lacking emotions, I spit flows. Hope you don't notice it's just a bit. Want to get grown. I don't give a shit. I really need some mentorship. Lost in the permanent midnight. I want to live life, but first you got to earn it. They tell you set goals and toss more coals on the furnace. Now, I didn't start the fire, but I feel it burning. And when it mobs deep, they call it the learning. It's an odd feat to greet the people and drop small pieces of the genius beneath the surface. I mean, Meet as equals, but don't drop the purpose. But first, it's time to take a turn at those who deserve it. I run in circles like a whirling dervish as I'm trying to put the vernacular to the skirmish, accurately worded, but not on purpose. The spectacular is an accident delivered fervent, and those who come first come last to the servant. But I wonder if they deserve it. If you only let the lines flow for the most observant. I wish I could scream. I wish I could transcribe what I've arrived at in dreams. I wish I could say something and really mean it. There's too many lies told slyly put in between it. Built on pride as I preen it. So I guess this is where I leave it. Just a test for those who can believe it. Make sure to fill the circles in fully, but neatly. And I'll sneak out while still speaking before you even meet me. But if you like it, return weekly. Boom.
That's that corner talk. Yeah. Woo! Powerful every time that I look up. Yeah.
Woo! Y'all know I love that corner talk. Man, my next guest is what I call a P.P.C. fam. She has been writing poetry since she was in middle school and now shares her work on various social media platforms. She has performed on and has been featured off and on virtual screens from PA to Texas. And on the virtual scene, this artist such as Dr. Dre of Yo TV, Omar Gooding, and O Solo, just to name a few. She intentionally writes from the inside out as a form of therapeutic ministry and hopes to provide transparency on mental health issues, parenting, relationships, and everyday life perspective. She describes herself as a sapiosexual foodie, loving to laugh and eager to lend her time, talent, and energy anywhere that promotes growth, awareness, and the opportunity to mentor others. And tonight ain't no different, y'all. Tonight, over one of my favorite people back on the block, man, Melissa, the exclusive. Yo,
I was like, "Ooh, who's next?" The first part of that, I was like, "Ooh, somebody is fire," and then I was
yeah,
like,
you are fire. I think I tell you that all the time on your post. I'll be like, "Yo, fire on the page." So,
when you got to the solo part, I said, "Oh, somebody else know solo." Wait,
oh, that's me. Hold up, she bigging me up right now. I think that's me. Let me turn this camera on. Let me get right over here. Let me get right over here. Yo, welcome back. Welcome home.
Thank you. I love being here. You know I love you. You know I'm
man, you already know. Y'all know I can't really make that hard, but I be trying my behind now.
No doubt about it. Thank you for having the family in the building. I love these people with my whole soul. I really do. So this is dope that we get to do this together.
Yo, you've been putting out. Let's tell the people what you've been putting out lately.
Let's see. Other than poetry and spoken word, I'm trying to travel more this year. So I will be out in New York on the 14th of February. I actually am going to be featured in an online magazine on the 10th of February. So definitely keep a lookout for that. It's just kind of like a testimony of where I come from, how I got to this, and some poems, of course. Let's see, so much stuff going on.
Congratulations, man. That's huge. That's huge. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm also going to be on a couple of open mics. I can't even think of their name. Oh my God, don't hate me. It's
don't
like
worry, y'all just look at the
slam. I'm sorry. There they go. The poetry slam. I'm there. And then of course Artie Fox and I'm like a real big silent partner, but Artie Fox and I pop in on Mondays on Clubhouse and do penning new paths. It's kind of like we call it our community town center. On Fridays, I'm with Partners in Rhyme. Shout out to y'all. In between there, I'm just trying to keep up the momentum.
Yo, you see, she got her hands in a whole lot of stuff, y'all. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, the cafeteria is where to touch down. Now that I know about Mondays, I'm gonna have to start trying to tap in on that too, because I've been lost in the sauce over there. I just got no phones so I can get back in there. So, with that being said, what's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
So the first piece I'm gonna give y'all tonight is called "We Listen and We Don't Judge."
Woo-wee. So y'all heard her. Y'all follow some damn directions tonight. Listen and don't judge.
Welcome to my asylum. There's only one rule, is that you listen, but you don't judge. 'Cause yep, it was me begging him continually, embarrassed my character for we. Created a figment in my imagination that would never be. Thought he was the happiness that I deserved, and even used to scribble his last name next to mine in cursive. But we listen and we don't judge. There was a part of me, I think it was the heart of me or the God in me that was telling me, or did he? You see, I thought I had my guards up. But what I didn't see is that I was sleeping with and on the enemy. But I said we listen and we don't judge. I used to love to watch him run my panty lace across his face. He would sniff his top lip and shit. I thought it was a compliment, but I realized that it was just a comparison to other panty lace that he was running across his face too. And yeah, I knew, but I said we listen and we don't judge. So the next time I seen a smudge of only God knows what, yeah, I broke. You see, I would be quiet when he would come home. Like Erykah Badu said, I love is strong. So I would be prepped for the arguments he would pick, even though I didn't do nothing wrong. But it's cool, because I guess it's better than having no dude. But I said, we listen and we don't judge. I gave up my very last dime to make sure that he ate, even knew where he was hoeing at, had the food even delivered up to his front gate. But I said one more time, we listen, baby, and we don't judge. And I'm not quite sure which was my favorite part. I don't know if it was the piss that was in his Sierra Mist or the confetti of poison that was on the steak that laid across his plate. In honor of me becoming a Black widow, no. I don't think that was my favorite part. It's literally his ashes that hang on a pendant that dangles across my broken heart. Welcome to the asylum. Poem.
Well, I ain't gonna say it was a heavenly message, but it was definitely a message, man.
Listen and do not judge. You heard me? Yo, powerful piece. Yo, another one. When I say P.P.C. fam, that means they true to this. They ain't new to this. Just like my next guest, she is a dynamic spoken word poet, entrepreneur, and community advocate based out of Maryland. Through her company, Uncultured Asian Poetry LLC, she crafts powerful performances and workshops that inspire, motivate, and uplift. As a host of Poets Playground and an active member of the Rappers Poetry, she fosters creativity, expression, and provides a platform for others to share their voices. And y'all know I love me some Uncultured Asian. Yo, what it do, boo?
Hey, I'm circling back.
You know, I keep telling folks, man, y'all ain't new to this, y'all true to this.
Right.
So, with that being said, let's talk about it. When is the other show that you actually host? What is it? Poetry Playground?
Yeah, Poets Playground. We took a break for a little bit. We're supposed to be coming back.
Oh yeah, because y'all did that dope. Y'all had those dope competitions going on over there, right? Yeah, I definitely tapped in for some of those, man. So if you on Insta, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I'm on Insta, but when I support certain people, I go where they at. You got to go in the house, right? So if y'all on Instagram, make sure that y'all tap in, man, because they have some of the dopest slams and other things going on in their thing. That is the Poets Playhouse. They got a page of everything. Make sure y'all tap in. So, Queen, what's the first piece you giving us tonight?
I will give you this. I love this piece. It's called Flower Intersections. And reason why I like it, love it, is because when it was someone was like going out and they had like a prompt going on. It was like, give me my flowers, right?
Okay, yeah.
And since then, like, I wanted to incorporate all these poets that I met on Instagram, right? And it started with like 20. Then as time went on, it went to 30. It went to 40. I have 65 poets in this poem that I'm about to let y'all hear.
Hey man, y'all know I'm about to get my pen ready. You know, I be writing, I be stealing poets. Let's go.
Give us our motherfucking flowers. Don't wait until we're gone to start posting your prayers, condolences to the bullshits. Pay homage now for what our art is. Show appreciation now while we can still smell the I love yous and forget me not. Hey, yo, hold up. Listen. See, this ain't an angry ploy from Sincerely Yours. We're not trying to set up and destroy. This is our origin of thoughts, our deep thoughts, putting our work on display, allowing an open book inside our vulnerabilities and hearts, opening creative minds once slithered apart, ripped of our clothing and thrown in the dark in asylums. That's crazy. So we became a naked poet using our words to heal everyone but us. Ran rock and oceans just to step up to justice. Jetlining our words on monarches, writing in a cloud of haze. Still finding ways to sway through the maze of the poet's playground. Some of us young and gifted, some pretty provocative, even cynical, but we've been saved by grace. Poetry's grace, but we are still here, even if in black noise, maybe as a reborn soul, we are still whole. So let us collect our fucking flowers while poetry still waters. Give us our flowers while we can still grow as we write how we, the seed flow as we be on point with our words. Oh my word. It's poetic insanity. How we become poets of the galaxy using our creativity, shooting stars, cosmic like in slow motion, stars that form together like traveling poets clustering together, making Gemini foxes embracing the brown paper dolls over top flowered arches dancing in the wits. Together, we take poetry along and walk her towards the ain't right tribe where we surpass pains and cries that create fires like a pyro, where we embrace the love of blood brothers and every Bella with a queen in her name, aiming and putting claim because our name is written about. Like a spoken word scout, or maybe like a nerd, or maybe they heard we were just poetry scumbag with skits and gravy and a little piece of Katrina. But one thing we not going to do is ever hold back. We release the liberati and stand strong on the back of a shoe. This is the project phase of what they going to see us pave. And until they hand us our hue of fucking flowers, we going to pro-poet until they meet us at Ghetto Messiahs, preached by an Azar and a rhyme minister from ghetto to glory, rehearsing our story and catch these blessings of a misdemeanor. Have them show up in their Sunday's best, dressed in divine styles, handing each and every one of us a bouquet of some rosy loves lemonade in our essence while we can still breathe in their presence. Uncultured.
See, Keynote's gonna tell you I'm just her co-host. But coming from the host with the most, baby, that was fire. Just like that shit I be smoking. Let's go.
Yo, I love that piece, man. Y'all already know we're gonna keep it moving, man. My next guest holds a special little spot in my heart, no cap. Not only did he push my pen when I first started, but he's one of the main reasons I did my first 30 for 30 during Poetry Month. Yep, he challenged my ass. So y'all know he is P.P.C. fam. He's a poet, a rapper from Baltimore, the creator of Rap is Poetry Collective. He is open up for the AGT winner, Brandon Lee, and the host of other poets and rappers in the few years that he just been. He is also won a host of awards and poetry slams while pushing positivity. You can find him out there in the cafeteria streets, man. His room holds some of the best discussions about what's really going on out here in these streets. And we get to spit some dope ass poetry on top of that. So y'all already know who it is. It's the one, the only Mr. Artie Fox. Yo, bro, you mutated. I ain't gonna try to find the flyer.
Mutated is crazy. But I'm here with you. I'm here with you. What's good, dog?
I already know. I know you with me. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. To be honest, I'm more happy for everybody else that's here. I done been here. You know, we rocking how we rocking. I get so many opportunities, and I'm just so blessed that the opportunities don't just come, but they come for the people that's around me. I always wanted to be. I know this kind of sound corny, but I always wanted to be one of those people that could make people famous from just being around me. And I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not trying to sound like too big-headed, but I think it's such a blessing when people could just be around you, and because they're around you, they can get some of your blessings. So I'm not saying it's simple, because we all got to work and do our part and do the things that make us great. We all not the same, but I know that God is blessing me enough now that not only do I get some blessings, but the people around me can get some blessings. So I feel like I'm almost to my goal of being famous enough to make people around me famous and shit like
that. Hey, man, I love that. And you shouldn't feel no type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't Insta a lot, but y'all, when he was put in the group, he just went to adding his people like blink, blink, blink. And yeah, we all in here. We in this thing. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that he can do that anytime, yo. And I love that. That is how we grow as a community. You don't just worry about you. You try to grow the people around you, because if y'all ain't growing together, somebody's stepping. Then what we doing? The seeds are not tested. It's not given. It ain't given. I don't want to be around it. So I absolutely. We got him in widescreen. So I absolutely love that. Tell us about the open mic space that you actually host, and you actually do a couple of them. Give us a little rundown of what you got going on.
I ain't gonna lie, they the same everywhere. So if I explain one, whether it's online or in person, I'm the same person. I don't know how to be nobody else. So at every open mic that I host, is the same. Just come as you are, whatever that look like. When I first got to poetry, I'm gonna keep saying it. I feel like I ain't look like everybody else, but I still wanted to be there. Like it's like I played golf growing up, and when I first got to the golf course, I ain't look like the people there, but I still wanted to play because I was good. And that's how I felt about poetry. Like, I don't look like y'all, but I still want to be here. So I feel like that's really what poetry is to me, not just the rap and poetry part, because that was in me. But now meeting other people who I feel like end up feeling the same way, but they don't say nothing. But I feel it though, like, oh shit, he just like me. You feel me? So and watching other people create their own communities and grow out. So when it comes to being a host, it's the same, Poppy. Be yourself, so I can be me. That's it.
That part. I absolutely love that, man. And no cap, y'all. Yo, he is really like that. He told me that. I was scared of them little cafeteria streets. I only went in certain rooms, like Love and Lyrics, like certain rooms I was comfortable in, right? But he let me know, nah, man, get out there. Go in them rooms, man. It's poetry month. Go spit, shall we? You know what I'm saying? So I actually love that. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight, Dave?
This joint, it's called Again. It's kind of self-explanatory. For real.
All right. Well, another one. He's here again. Let's go.
All right. Shit. This nigga blowing me. Voice starts to crack again. Like, boy, forget poetry. You and your feelings sounding non-solid. Why you looking sad and you looking whack again? Standing on business but looking and lingering. You, for those bars that kind of trapped again. No lie, y'all. I was too high, wondering why. I'm sitting on YouTube in front of new people, arguing with rap again. Rap like you be healing harm humans, but self-love is what you lack again. Rap like, I hate it when you in that box, claiming to be building, but all I see is hidden ops and more people being real thin. Rap like Fox. Are you listening? I was, but I wasn't. guess I was still twisted. Rap like, cause all I hear is, when's your next feature? I see you extra busy. Most times people being nosy already competing with you. Then there's angry vibes and dispositions I know you don't deserve. And if you give as much as you as they do them, they'll look at you like, look at this light skin. He got a nerve. I be wanting to be mad at rap. I mean, I be wanting to be sad at rap. Like, rap, listen, I'm not gonna live. I'm just being honest. Like, so much pain in my heart that something's got to give. I mean, poetry, it helped save my life. I'm not going to let it take me down like those other poets, drain my life, dark protected, and without a loss of sight. Like, rap, come on, man. You was with me. So if anybody understands why I can't give up now, rap, you should get me. I'm not being soft. No, rap. I'm just doing what God said I should pray and do for the city. I mean, I stood on stages, side by side my sins, surrounded by people just staring. But I stayed strong and patient while watching waterfall, down waterfalls. He was with me, rap. We were stuck in pure infatuation and cried my tears out after many red rains. They went right back up. You tapped me on my heart, rap, and asked me, Hardy, is that life's evaporation? I mean, confused because the cluster of clouds I thought was formed from the fog of the fallen. Nah, that was the lack of information. But I kept trying, damn near dying, carefully and help care for and create new places. And I did it. I told y'all I was patient. I made sure to take out my time. I started from the bottom up. Are you watching, rap? I built all the foundation. But rappers and people who look like me, they still hate it. Fearful of what happy was, like the masses, so I happy slowly. I still waited to find out it was my own lack of the love and all the things I passionately created. Rap like, blah, 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 my nigga. Do you not forget I'm the reason why you made it? Don't let them stage just get you overfaded. Poetry might be inside of us, but this rap shit, that's where your faith is. Then I end up back here, stuck, thinking about giving up, wondering if I'm even giving enough to things I can't control. Rap got me confused, like, am I living enough? I'm not even sure if this poem is half right. Yelling to myself like, is rap right? Or did rap finally get a chance to talk to poetry? And realize together, it's the only thing that ever could save my life. Rap like, yeah, that's right. That's how I write. That's my piece now.
Boy, no cap. Like if I took this cap off, you'll still be locked and loaded like me. Let's go.
Yeah, rap and poetry, man. Y'all already know we finna bring this thing back around like a drive-by. The chat.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So thank you so much for hanging out, man. What's the second piece you're gonna give us tonight?
All right. So the second piece was written at 8:46 p.m. January 31st, 2025. So starting the new year off.
Yo, okay. I love how she has the date and time on her pieces. This is amazing. All right, we ain't gonna ask no name because she already told you she don't do that. So I'm just gonna get up out of here. Let's go.
Oh, thank you. So, did you know that God can give you peace? You do not have to go looking for it in the wrong places, taking it from other people. Please. Know that God can handle your chaos, your deepest secret you may be hiding, the layers of you that are residing under masked emotions that got too hard to express or vent to the people that had no clue on how to console them. God can heal the places pride tries to tell you you are unbroken. He can turn the speechless to well-spoken. If you ask me why I believe, I could tell you many things, many reasons, but you'll truly know when you meet him. There's absolutely no disguising a perfect love. There's no hiding a light that eyes could only try to bear. There's not enough pretending in the world to make up these miracles. Do I dare tell you why I believe? Or should I just keep going, gatekeeping the reason I could finally meet healing? I went from house to house, eviction sleeping on couches, but God did not allow those scratches to get infected. He protected me through all the scenes I rather not share. He redeemed those nightmares to stories of poetry, glittering. If you see any glitter or light inside me, just know it's been tried by darkness, but darkness was no match for it. I thank God that he didn't let my heart harden, from EBT to degrees, from government cheese to cheesing, from silence to being on stage speaking, from abuse to God's love taking the lead, from poverty to God's got me no matter how the seasons present, from creamy crack on my hair praying for long hair don't care, embracing these coiled roots, from empty refrigerators looking for food to feeling extra full literally and figuratively. Make no mistake, I'm still amazed to be living proof of what the mercy of God can do. Poem.
Now that right there was written with love, y'all. Let's go.
No cap, man. I love her passion. It's amazing. Creative minds. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it. All right, P. What's the second piece you giving us tonight?
Oh man, we're gonna go into toxic energy.
Ooh, ooh. Y'all know I like a little toxic energy. It's a little healthy. It can't always be good.
it's it's it it's just the toxic energy. I mean, like every time we stepped in a room, the tension was tearing us closer to the end on a broken trail where we was hiking down. I mean, it felt like I was walking a tightrope as thin as a splitting hair while we were trying to balance each other on a tinsel decorative and shimmery fool's gold while we were fooling no one except for ourselves. I mean, shit. It was like fighting and sex, and it seems that's the only thing that we was doing. And it felt like a merry-go-round that we were enjoying the ride with our eyes wide shut. It is that sincerity of reluctant of not wanting to be that one to say goodbye. So it became bigger than ourselves. We stayed on this type of roller coaster ride together, knowing we was asking one another together forever to stay in this toxic turmoil was way too much to ask from one another. You see, it was just I thought we were determined to build a safety net for one another. And oh, what wonderful web we woven. How far can we go till we break each other down to the bare necessity of pure love? Hmm. I mean, the ability to stable each other mental was a physical hardship on one another. And the sanity. So we traveled through this valley hand in hand, and we both reached the first step. That was to identify. We both realized Black love is worth a fight to unify these like minds. And I mean, we may fall time to time, but as long as we fall on our backs, we can look up. And as long as we can look up, we can get up and stay and work on to unify a stable foundation. I mean, this ability to bounce back and see another day together was a blessing, which led us to the second step, to set healthy boundaries. But what happens when rules are made to be broken and not followed through, and the lines we set are constantly being overstepped, when conversating is hard, when two frequencies are mismatched? It just leaves us in a death staring match, which leads to the next question. Is Black love enough? When two twin flames get out of control, we destroy and burn down each other's temples. Could it be that thing we fight for is the thing that could tear us up inside, when we let our so-called insecurities lead our thoughts and tear us apart? Do so what do we do from this point? I mean, we come back to the drawing board. We come back to the running block, study the film where we went when we went wrong, and come back with a game plan, right? What do a healthy relationship look like to us? I mean, we have to humble ourselves and realize we can't fix one another, but we be a part of this journey together, not to lead with frustration, but understanding. So here's to new beginnings. Dot, 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 dot.
Boy, I feel you on that shit. That gave me chills. Ooh, wait. Hey.
Yeah. Y'all already know we about to bring back brown paper doll. You mutated. You this
I
why
said
we
to
ain't
know
come
me
with
is to
our
know
own
I am
word.
always on the move. I was trying to make it to the grocery store before the weather starts.
Nah, it's all good. We can still see you good. Everything is great. Let's go. What's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
I'm gonna give you guys a piece that I wrote for an album that I'm featured on. I don't do great with my intros. But this piece I wrote to the prompt, I can't sleep.
I can't sleep. Now
I can't sleep when I know so much. I live in a space of omniscience. I know I'm not God, but see, that's the prob. I make reality revisions, cut and paste decisions, screen versus mirror images. My life works something more like reality television. So I stay on screen. Gotta stay woke to stay afloat, so no resting in between. And I'm restless, so it seems the basicness they're complacent with is not enough for me. I can pretend just as good as my friends, but in the end, I'm stuck with me. So the whole point of speaking up is to keep it a buck with me. And until I wake everybody up, it's like I just can't sleep. Like when I was barely 17, belly full of dreams, and nobody around to compound the complications of these things. The audacity is like blasphemy, finally daring to dream. So when you see this hellion, you see the rebellion. Rebel Diary, poem.
Boy, on my mama, that's the dope shit you can only get on the corner, baby. Believe that.
yeah, y'all know she came through and laid it down for the one time. Let's go crazy. Y'all understand your name, man.
What's up?
Dopeness. What's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
This doesn't have a name either. This is just a reflection on spirituality and politics and culture.
All right, well, let's get into it, man. Things we all need to talk about.
All right. The conversations change, all new names. Same game, but we exist on different planes. See if you could picture it plain. Are you vanilla mixed with bits of microchips insane? Vampire vixen casting flicks that inflict twists of pain on your brain. Let's see if we can maintain. I spread knowledge from my chromosomes like Bill Gates infect Africans with polio. E.T. phone home hit with Roman tones on his mobile phone. I leave him tweaked with bums leaking cornholio. The same nation that took all the teepee but can't grasp the whole of the crows. A message for the youngest from the older folks. Half this shit is known already, hold the yoke. Get it in your bones already when the egg cracks and the soul's exposed. Grown from Tanzania and Serengeti. Came to visit me hanging in museums with oil baron Paulie Getty. I stand tall, visibly and sweaty. Lost your poor meatball and all the spaghetti. Look into the sky for Times Square falls confetti. Let's prime the engines. In suspense when it's mentioned every fall, I'm betting. How many times intention conflict with what's forgotten? What if the apple's rotten? And I don't mean Sodom. The city of Tyre and Sidon. It's all coming from the bottom. Want to taste a new culture like it's Pocky, getting dipped, sipping all the sake spit from forbidden lips. The depiction of the picture ran away. The end is more Kira, less anime. So whatever vanity scripted by where humanity existed, we can't all be God of the same planet this instant. They want to rock me like Rocky facing Apollo. What's hollow seems hollow to a new tomorrow. Beam me up, Scotty. The clues probably point to someone dreaming up the Anunnaki to fuck with self-esteem properly. If we're all slaves, they've already got the graves dug. We all bearing the same slug. These starship troopers scaring the brain bug. They got us tripping, dipping deep, sharing the same drug. If knowledge is strong in the faith, I've already figured. Who is and who isn't part of the picture is where they left us off and started the scripture, where the rest just cough and start with a flicker. They start the harvest and we all get sicker. It's not a coincidence we left with all this liquor. It's all of us. Call to trust was faulted. While the emperor's fit gets altered, the machine spits rounds like Walter P.P.C. But we burn the green like EPA. No need to keep us behind the gates, infiltrate the DEA. We will demonstrate, but can't even seem to intimidate the biggest masses. In the end, I guess it's who can get to it faster. Where the gears rust and the rats chew through the plastic, they move racks till it snaps the elastic. My, Boosie, we do the Watusi to a rubber band. They tell the brother man, move to the motherland, but we all other than left to recover plans. While they hover on other lands, they got the green like a Martian. They import new troops to march in, while we stuck with Martian ramen in the middle of Ramadan. Man, it's all two-ton common, whether common or not. Whether part of the plot, the weather gets hot, it's either the start or the stop. You decide the plot twist. Whatever all is inside, I'm not this. Just along for the ride, not lips. More than an Uber could move you, pacing with Jason and the Nautilus. Whoever could have thought of this forgot the parts that you ought to miss. God gave us the first breath. It was all a kiss. Talking about self-love. Well, in all the clips.
Growing up, I learned a lot of my knowledge on the corner, and tonight ain't no different, because, boy, you just spit that right there. That's what I call some knowledge right there. Talk about facts.
Exclusive prize. Let's go. Yo, you ready?
I'm ready.
What's the second piece you giving us tonight?
I don't even know if this one has a title yet. I'm with everybody else. I'm like, it'll come to me eventually.
Hey, we spitting and never mind. Everybody call me shut the hell up. I'm gone.
You see, this gonna be the kind of rhyme that wine, not in a begging type of cry, but a wine that you can dine on like bananas and Donkey Kong. Like Afro beats that get you up on the balls of your feet, winding up brown sugar ingredients for the greedy. Like, go ahead and open up. Let me feed you. Let me seed you. Sprinkle you with a little bit of knowledge. Let me help you unlock this number one numerical option with an exclusive combination. Let me drip this wisdom from between mine and onto your lips, because I love swapping all the different ideologies you like to spit. Yeah, I know they call me rotten, but have they smelled the flowers in their gardens yet? I know they be talking, but it be in my footprints. They wishing they was walking, damn near stalking, trying to confuse me on how to separate the wheat from the tare. And I'd be like, go ahead somewhere. While I don't have time to care. Imagine trying to take alien nations and intermingling them with inner circles and then taking them crop circles and disguising wolves and cows' clothing, which is why I be like, move, bitch. You can get out my way. You see, the way this might be calling me, man, it just be calling me, man. It be calling me like a dope fiend. I said the way this might be calling me, man, it be calling me like when Mike be asking Annie, are you okay? I said, the way this might be calling me, man, it be calling me. I said, the way this might be calling me, it be calling me like a dope fiend. The way this might be calling me, it be calling me like when Mike be asking Annie, are you okay? But you see me, I be poetically starstruck, stuck between writing out and playing scenes in my mind, like, imagine getting the best brain from the head of the class. Anyway, like I said, this rhyme was going to wind a few times between love and passion because I'm never a hater. So I'm going to go ahead and hashtag it. My name is Melissa. You want to spell that Malysa. And if you flip that shit around and pronounce it again, it sounds like asylum. And yeah, I know that's crazy. Poem.
Boy, it take the darkness to bring out the stars. So thank you for blacking out. Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, it was hot, man. And she told y'all she was. Y'all already know we finna spin it back. Uncultured. Let's go.
Peace, peace.
Yeah. So what's the second piece you giving us tonight?
All right. So this one is called The Cloth I'm Cut From.
Ooh. Y'all, she ain't cut from no tissue. She ain't say tissue. She said cloth.
The cloth. I wish I could go back to 13. Too old to still be watching Barney, but too young to watch sex scenes. Back when writing in diaries was really my first form of poetry. I miss how I used to dream. The term when I grow up had so much life. My ambitions didn't live in between a rock and a hard place and making ends meet. I miss the smell of sweet honeysuckles, playing hot and cold with the neighborhood kids and my cousins. I miss that snap of the belt buckle, the smell of my grandmother's fried chicken getting kicked out the kitchen unless I was instructed to wash the dishes. I do miss her, my grandmother, and even more so at 42. Because it's at this age that she said goodbye to the love of her life. Left with 6 children, now a widowed wife, downgraded to a single mother, not just working in the hood, but sleeping there too. Trying to survive, doing her best, doing what she could. And I always wondered why she slept on the couch. That after working her bones dry, that's where she laid her crown. And I wondered why none of her children gave up their room, and I never thought that behind those doors lived the worst glue. That she couldn't dare sleep in another bed without the one man that she shared. But I only remember her smiles. I could never remember what grief looked like on her. And I don't think my grandmother had a chance to mourn. See, she couldn't worry about her. She had 6 others that had to be her only concern. And she told me once that she didn't know how she did it, but God did. And she always preached to treat people the way you want to be treated. So I see why she opened up her doors to anyone who needed it. 6 mouths turned into 10 real quick. And I don't have to tell y'all how the cloth she was cut from was real thick. Even in the midst of teenage pregnancies, having the devil storm her family during crack epidemics, son's incarceration causing the most unpleasantry, she still stood with 2 feet on the ground. No matter the chains that had her bound, she raised not only her children, but their children and even my children. And I hope she can see how much her sacrifices built all of us, how strong her daughters became, how much strength they gained, how her sons built a better life. Despite the battles they had to fight, I truly believe it's been her providing us as our angelic guide. And I hope she's proud of us. I hope she's looking down and smiling that we are living a life beyond surviving, that we are all finding true happiness, and we are treating others as we want to be treated. And thanks to her, we actually know how it feels to truly be blessed. Uncultured.
Man, that piece just warmed up my whole inside. Got me thinking about Sunday morning grits and shit.
In grandmama house, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all already know a couple church announcements. We gonna make it fast. Man, next week, we is in love, y'all. We is doing us a love show, so make sure that y'all tap in. Not only is it Black History Month, but it's also the month of love, so we definitely celebrating that. And then on the back end, make sure that y'all tap in with my brother Paul Cram in the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge every Saturday, man. He on 8. So get you some of that good uncut dopeness on Saturdays too, man. And with that being said, that's the end of our church announcement. Let's go ahead and close this thing out with that party vibes. Yo. Is it mine? I know my joint be acting crazy. Let me bring him down and blank him back up and see what's going on with the goings-ons. Huh? Well, y'all already know, man. I done been on. This is the 3rd season because we in our 3rd season. So just because we couldn't spit it in don't mean nothing. Go check out season 1. Go check out season 2. Rewatch this one because the 2 he spit was freaking amazing. Y'all already know my saying. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And we out. Yeah, man. What a show. Let's go.
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I'd like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it. I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.